Welcome back. It's almost 10 to 6. We're looking forward to this story all day. 8 years ago this week, Operation Market Garden saw the tide of World War II forever turn. And now 2 British paratroopers killed in the Battle of Arnhem, identified from their DNA, have finally been laid to rest with their comrades 80 years on. Let's discuss this incredible story now with the former paratrooper Richard Penry, who's at Toig Airfield, just a few kilometres from Arnhem. Thank you so much for joining us, Richard. Now, before we get to this astonishing story of brothers in arms being laid to rest decades after they perished fighting for their country, could you explain to us the significance, the importance of Operation Market Garden and why it's so vital that we should remember it?
Yeah, I mean, Market Garden and the Battle of Arnhem, 80th anniversary. Montgomery came up with a plan, and if it had worked, it would have ended the war in 1944. And it basically, we had an airborne army that was landing behind enemy lines, and it was made up of 3 divisions: the American 82nd and 101st. And also the 1st Airborne Division and the 1st Polish Brigade that were going to drop into Arnhem. And the plan was for the airborne troops to take 5 bridges along a straight road from the Belgian border to Arnhem. And there were 5 bridges along this corridor. And Arnhem was the goal. It became known as the bridge too far. But the lightly armed airborne troops were going to be relieved by an armoured column that was going to punch its way 64 miles up this single-track highway all the way to Arnhem, and supporting the paratroopers on the bridges as they went. So that was the plan. The outline scheme and manoeuvre was that the bridge at Arnhem would be reached within 48 hours. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. The bridge was taken. It was held for 3 days and 4 nights. But because of the SS Panzer troops that were in the area that weren't supposed to be there, eventually they were overwhelmed, and the battle that should have lasted 2 days actually lasted 9 days. Now, of the 10,100 airborne troops that landed at Arnhem, in and around Arnhem area, 6,800 were taken prisoner. 3,000 managed to escape. They got over the Rhine. But there were 1,984 deaths. And you're looking at Oosterbeek Cemetry there. Of the 1,984 fatalities, 300 have never been identified. There are 300 bodies out there that nobody knows where they are. But fortunately, 2 of those soldiers were found. Around there, we seen a picture of Lieutenant Dermot Green Anderson, and the other soldier was Private Henry Moon. And Lieutenant Anderson has got a really interesting story. He was a glider pilot. He'd taken part a few months earlier and landed his glider in Normandy in D-Day. And he successfully landed his glider in Arnhem. But when they hit the ground, the glider troops had nothing else to do but to become normal infantry. So Lieutenant Anderson became an infanteer, and he was in a trench. 3 hours before the evacuation order was given, on the 9th day of the battle, his trench was hit by an artillery round. It killed him. It covered over the trench. And the little dent in the ground eventually filled with water, and it became a garden pond.
And Richard, sorry to interrupt, we are running out of time. Could I just quickly get you to let us know? So yesterday he was laid to rest. Yeah. How significant is that? And as a paratrooper yourself, former paratrooper, how does it make you feel? We've got like 15, 20 seconds.
That's amazing. I mean, those 2 guys laid at rest alongside their comrades is absolutely amazing for us because it's really bringing it home. And we're very proud. Paratroopers, airborne troops are extremely proud. And it was a great day yesterday.
Richard Pendry, what a fantastic way to end the show. Thank you so much for sharing that time with us and your